What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com.
Here are my DFS picks for NFL Week 3 Millionaire Maker.
These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button
And hit that bell icon
so you don't miss our new videos.
Okay guys, this is for the Millionaire Maker slate, which is the Sunday main slate at 1 p.m. Oh, and stick around to the very end of this video. After I show you all my picks in the Draft Dashboard tools, I'll show you these players in DraftKings and in FanDuel, the Millionaire Maker slates. There'll be 2 spots open that you have to fill in, but you'll have a great Millionaire Maker core. Okay guys, NFL Week 3. Let's take a look at the quarterback position. My Millionaire Maker quarterback for Week 3 is Russell Wilson from the Seattle Seahawks playing the Minnesota Vikings, who have the 3rd worst defense overall, and they give up the 3rd most fantasy points to opposing quarterbacks. Russell Wilson has averaged 26.7 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 4 rush attempts per game. Now, he's only going to be about 3% owned, projected at 23.3 fantasy points here in Week 3. He scored 26 and 27 fantasy points for the first 2 weeks of the season, and he's $7,600 DraftKings salary and $800 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks this is going to be a high-scoring game, 55.5 points scored in this game. That's their over-under, and they have the Seahawks favored by 1.5. So I don't know why the ownership on Russell Wilson is so low. He's got a fantastic matchup. It's a super high scoring game, a close competitive game, and he's had a fantastic start to the season. He has awesome wide receivers in DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. So I like Russell Wilson here versus the Minnesota Vikings.
Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching.
If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal,
all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won.
And we'll send you $25 PayPal.
So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you.
Okay, let's take a look at the running back position. My Millionaire Maker running back for NFL Week 3 is Saquon Barkley from the New York Giants playing the Atlanta Falcons, who have the 2nd worst defense overall, and they're middle of the pack defending opposing running backs. Saquon Barkley, he hasn't had a good start to the season, but he's coming off of that injury, and they've been taking it easy with Saquon Barkley for the first couple of weeks. So in Week 1, he got 10 rush attempts and 3 pass targets. In Week 2, he got 13 rush attempts and 3 pass targets. I think he's going to get close to 20 touches here in Week 3. So he's going to be about 11% owned, projected at 14.6 fantasy points here in Week 3. But I think he has a breakout week here and scores 20 fantasy points or more. And the reason I like this pick is because he's only $6,500 DraftKings salary and $500 less on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 48 points scored in this game, with the Giants favored by 2.5. So it's a pretty good matchup. And Saquon Barkley, he's got his legs under him now. I'm expecting 20 touches or more. So I like Saquon Barkley here versus the Atlanta Falcons. Real quick guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all the tools for NFL. NBA is right around the corner. This is a great time to get in and try everything for 1 month. The tools are all about saving research time. You can see the last 3 games, the fantasy points per game, the targets they got per game, so you can see how involved they are in the offense, the rushes they got per game. Seeing all this stuff on one screen helps you save time and make better picks. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, let's take a look at the wide receiver position. My Millionaire Maker wide receiver for NFL Week 3 is DK Metcalf from the Seattle Seahawks playing the Minnesota Vikings, who have the third worst defense overall, and they give up the second most fantasy points to opposing wide receivers. Now, DK Metcalf has averaged 13.7 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 8 pass targets per game. He's been on the field for 94% of the snaps. He's going to be about 8% owned, projected at 17 fantasy points here in Week 3. And he's $7,300 DraftKings salary and 100 less on FanDuel. We know Vegas thinks there's going to be 55.5 points scored in this game, with the Seahawks favored by 1.5. So it's a fantastic matchup. And I think DK Metcalf is going to have his breakout week here in Week 3. He got 11 pass targets last game. And so far, it's been the Tyler Lockett show, who scored 35 and 29 fantasy points in the first 2 weeks of the season. So I think it's DK Metcalf's turn to have a breakout week. So I like DK Metcalf here versus the Minnesota Vikings. Okay, moving on to the tight end position. My Millionaire Maker tight end is Mark Andrews from the Baltimore Ravens playing the Detroit Lions, who have the 4th worst defense overall, and they give up the 10th most fantasy points to opposing tight ends. Mark Andrews has averaged 7.9 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 5 pass targets per game. Now, he's been on the field for 78% of the snaps. He's going to be about 8% owned, projected at 12.7 fantasy points here in Week 3, and he's only $5,000 DraftKings salary and $1,000 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 49.5 points scored in this game, with the Ravens favored by 9. So he's got a great matchup, and we haven't really seen that breakout game from Mark Andrews yet. That's why his salary is so low. So I want to buy low here. So I like Mark Andrews here versus the Detroit Lions.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. You've unlocked the bonus content.
Okay guys, here we are in the DraftKings lineup optimizer over here on Draft Dashboard, and we have our Millionaire Maker core locked in, and we've generated a lineup. So let's see who we got. We got Russell Wilson, Mike Davis, Saquon Barkley, DK Metcalf, Marvin Jones Jr., Julio Jones, Mark Andrews, McCole Hardman, and the Browns defense. So I think this is a great lineup. I like the running backs, saving some salary at the running back position so that we can get in DK Metcalf and Julio Jones and Mark Andrews. And Julio Jones is only going to be about 3% owned. So I think he's a fantastic play this week. So I'm going to save this lineup so I can optimize it later. Okay guys, now here we are in the FanDuel lineup optimizer over on Draft Dashboard. We have our Millionaire Maker core locked in, and we've generated a lineup. So let's see who we got. We got Russell Wilson, Joe Mixon, Saquon Barkley, Marvin Jones Jr., DK Metcalf, Cooper Kupp, Mark Andrews, Justin Jefferson, and the Bills defense. So I like how we have Russell Wilson and DK Metcalf from the Seattle Seahawks, and then we're running it back with Justin Jefferson. So that's going to be a high-scoring game, so I like those players. Now let's see if we want to change Marvin Jones Jr. Who could we change him to? We can change him to Robert Woods, but we already have Cooper Kupp. We can change him to T. Higgins, Juju Smith-Schuster. Let's change him to Mike Williams. So I like this a little bit better. Marvin Jones Jr. has had a great start to the season, but I think I'd rather play Mike Williams there. So I'm going to save this lineup so I can optimize it later.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite
Player for this NFL slate.
I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.